Good morning. So I finally made it to Montana. I haven't done anything much other than flying into the airport and checking into my Airbnb. I'm trying to get an early start on the day. I'm going into Yellowstone and I want to grab something to eat, and I'm so happy that I finally remembered to get this apparatus so that I can be hands-free.
Turn right.
And do some video of me driving without trying to hold it and drive, which is, you know, it's not good. And then it allows me to actually, you know, take in what I'm seeing instead of trying to focus in on doing recording and driving. But you know, Montana is the big sky state, so I'm expecting it's probably gonna look a lot like North Dakota, just land, endless land and endless sky, big sky. But my main focus is Yellowstone, which is
turn right
in Montana and Wyoming, but I'm also going to do Idaho because there is actually an entrance West Yellowstone, which is in Idaho. So far, the people in Montana have seemed really friendly. Right. I pulled over on the when I picked up my car right outside the airport. I mean, it was a little bit of a shoulder. It was the best that I could find because my GPS wasn't kicking in the right way, and this truck was on the opposite side,
and half a mile,
you know, he pulled
turn
over
left.
And I got in it like almost 9 o'clock, right before 9, so it was already dark, or getting, you know, it was like dusk or whatever, or after dusk, but it was dark. And I guess he was concerned because he's seen this car, like a disabled car. Well, you know, I was just pulled over, but I wasn't used to that. He waved or whatever, I guess, just, you know, to see if I was okay. And I had already figured out my GPS thing, and I was, you know, pulling off.
0.1 mile.
And then just now, I don't know if you saw me
left.
wave, there were people walking along the side of the road and they waved. So yeah, it's I haven't seen much, but I will. I'm expecting to see a lot today.
Turn left.
I'm gonna pick up something to eat and drive into Yellowstone, which is like about a 2-hour drive. And then once you get into Yellowstone, it's huge. So I expect that I'm gonna be driving a couple of hours in Yellowstone between the points of interest that I'm trying to see. My Airbnb host told me that you know, it should be a good day, but it may rain a little, which would cut down on some of my views of things, I guess, you know, overcast. But it would probably help with some of the traffic. Maybe there'll be less, because that's one of the things I've been reading a lot, that Yellowstone, the traffic, like the lines just to get in there are, you know, especially in the summertime, because it's warmer weather, and that's when people are visiting Yellowstone. Well, first of all, it's closed during the winter months, and then, you know, even in the spring or in the fall, it's cooler. So these are like ideal temperatures, and I mean, cooler for here is a lot cooler than what we're used to. So maybe I will not get as much traffic. One of the things that I have been reading about is about, you know, because it's, you know, there's a lot of wildlife out here. This is what people come, they're parts of Yellowstone Park or just parts of Montana that are, you know, specific to what kind of wildlife you want. There's like a lot of fly fishing and stuff like that, which I'm not into, but I would try it. I'm not doing it on this trip. But so one of the things I read about are about bears, grizzly bears, like the grizzly bears. It's not even black bears. These are grizzly bears out here. And so,
in a quarter of a mile,
you know, it's recommended that you have bear spray, which is like a pepper spray. to to ward off the bears if you find yourself up close with a bear. And of course I forgot it. I know I read about it, but I just I should have ordered it and had it. Well, couldn't have done that because you can't take it on the plane with you. So I guess I would have had to wait to get here to purchase it anyway, and that's probably what my train of thought was.
In half a mile, turn left.
I don't know if you can, put it into check baggage. Maybe you can. I don't check bags, especially not. I travel very light. It's a short trip. So anyway, when I get to the airport, I see these canisters where you can dispose your bear spray because you can't take it on the plane with you. So, and these things are not cheap. They're like, I mean, if I had ordered it online, I probably could have gotten one for maybe under $30. But I'm sure if I'm buying them here especially close to Yellowstone, they're going to price gouge, and the price is going to be, I wouldn't be surprised if it's almost $50. So when I checked into my Airbnb, usually they have things, good Airbnbs will have things that you may need because they know people are traveling to these destinations for specific things.
Turn left.
I'm looking for Starbucks. I guess it's in this supermarket because I don't see it. I'm guessing that the Starbucks is inside the supermarket because this is a
You've arrived, Gemini. Don't spend all your energy in one place, and always make them laugh.
Yeah, it has
Later,
to be
Gator.
in there. I'm gonna go in the supermarket. So real quick. So anyway, they had in the closet of the Airbnb. I always look in there and see what they have. They had like spray, bug spray, just different things that you may need. And they had bear spray, and I was like, oh gosh, this would be great but I'm only staying here one night because I continue on. Like I do like a road trip kind of thing. So in most places I'm only there for a night. And so I was like, damn, what am I gonna do? I need this bear spray. So I messaged the Airbnb host. In this particular Airbnb, they actually live there. It's in their house. It's a room in the house. So, I don't know if I think I've done that one time before. I'm sure I have because I usually rent Airbnbs a lot. I'll look between hotels and Airbnbs and see what is the better option for me. But anyway, so they live there, and it's, sometimes the Airbnbs, they may live on site, but they have like a little guest house where you're private. You don't really have any contact with them. But this one, you're most likely going to have contact if you're coming and going. I came in late, so it was 10 o'clock already when I came in. So they left the code for me to be able to get into the house, and told me where my room was. So I walked through their house to get to my room. And the room was, had its own bathroom. It's like a little suite. So once I'm in the room, I don't really have to come out, and I'm there for a night. But anyway, I messaged them to, ask if I could take the bear spray because it would just help me out a lot instead of finding a place and then maybe paying a lot of money for it, And I said I could, or I could return. I could pay you for it, or I could return it before I leave out because I'm continuing on. I have to come back into Montana to fly back out, so I would be coming back, and I can drop off the bear spray. So when I was leaving, I saw the owner. They were in the kitchen or in the room off to the side. They were like making breakfast or whatever, and I saw him, and I asked him about it because I spoke to him briefly about my trip or whatever. And I find most of these people are, some people are like, how could you, that's strange, but they're in the business of this. They are most times travelers themselves. So they're usually very friendly, very open-minded people. I've never had a problem. I don't think people, you have crazy people out here everywhere, but most of the people, I don't think they would get into the business of that unless they were really comfortable and interacting. And most times they, it's on you how much interaction you want to have. You know, most times they're like, they leave you alone. It's, you know, they wait for you to make, you know, an attempt to like have an interaction, which I did because I saw someone obviously was in the kitchen. I didn't see him or the person. I didn't know if it was him or her because I think it's a husband and wife. I'm sure because the messages I got was from the wife, but older couple. So I knew that someone was in the area, and then I saw the room off to the side, and I saw him, and he came out. I spoke or whatever. So talked briefly, and then I asked him about the bear spray, and he was so nice. He gave it to me. I guess it's like water. They probably have a whole bunch of these things because So I asked him. I said, "Is it really? Like, do I need it?" And he was like, "Are you gonna go hiking?" I'm like, "Well, a little bit. I'm not doing like extensive hiking. I'm here to see most of the most popular sites like Old Faithful, which are geysers, the Grand Prismic. I want to drive through Hayden Valley, which is where you see the bisons and stuff like that, but that's like a drive through. I'm not getting out. Some people do, but maybe I'll get out if I see a bison I don't know, far enough away where it's safe. But anyway, he gave it to me, so I was so appreciative of that. And like I said, I have to throw it away once I get to the airport. I'll take a picture of it and show, or I'll actually do a little video footage of it while I'm hiking. Hopefully, no, I don't run into a bear. But I asked the question, and he's like, "Well, you don't want to be without it." So it's a case where it's better to be prepared than not. So anyway, I'm going to run in and get a cup of coffee and start my day. Bye.